Welcome to CrossYoga and just yoga. Yoga the way that I would teach it in a regular gym or fitness class. We are gonna have a block in use today, so if you have something like it, try to find it. Maybe it could be books or something. They're pretty cheap, those blocks, so maybe you wanna buy one at some point if you like yoga. So my name is Ria, I'm the host of this channel, and I guess you almost know that already. Find child's pose. A pose that is supposed to feel good for your body. So if it doesn't, lay down on the floor, do something else, especially if you have knee issues or something like that. Now, if you have your block and you think there's 4 down, you might put your head on the block. Your arms can be wherever it makes sense. And then fill your lungs with lots of air, long, deep inhale. And a long exhale. This is your time to slow down, to find rest and getting your mind off everyday business and life. And maybe as a focus or an intention for the class, if you're used to yoga or done it before, maybe just focus on that thing that you really love about it. Maybe it's a deep breath and maybe specific poses, but try to get a positive perspective on your yoga practice and what we're going through today. If you like to move your head a little bit around, maybe you can't do it on the block, your forehead, move it from side to side to massage your forehead, get your neck moving a little bit. That's really nice. And then slowly lift up into hero's pose. You can use your block to sit on if your knees are not that comfortable. Move it wherever makes sense. You can also just be simple seated, whatever works for you. Take your arms above your head. Take your fingers out, cactus hands. We're gonna warm up our shoulders. Move them down so you have 90-degree angle on your elbows, and then take your arms up above your head. And exhale, bend them. Inhale, lift your arms up. And you're welcome to close your eyes. And moving just like this can be pretty easy, but if you engage your shoulders behind you, really moving your shoulder blades back and a little bit down, you will get warm. And all those, the warm muscles, all that blood flowing through the muscles will help open up and relieve any muscle tension you might have. So get those shoulders going. 2 more times. Awesome. Squeeze your shoulders out. Then lift your shoulders towards your ears and lift them high. This is so uncomfortable, I think. But in just a second, it will be really comfortable. So exhale and let go. In my body, I often get tension here in my side. So getting, actually moving the muscles on purpose and not just lifting my shoulders because of whatever reason. Lift. hold it and breathe. And let go. One last time. Inhale. And exhale. Take some shoulder rolling. So stretching our shoulders is often really beneficial, but to get the most out of it for most people, strengthening and stretching is the perfect combination. It's like a bird with two wings. Isn't it beautiful? All right. Come out of that onto all fours. You can even fold your mat if you like. Cat cows. One of the most, I think, common yoga moves ever made. And make sure you follow your breath, typically inhaling as you lower your belly down, and exhale as you kind of squeeze your lungs together and move your spine up. And as we move now, try to notice your shoulders. Can you maybe get a little bit more movement in your shoulders, more space? Beautiful. One last time. Exhaling your cat pose. And maybe stretching out your knees if you like. Then you take your right hand above your head and lift it up, twisting. Keep it there. And then thread the needle in a dynamic way. So your nails on the ground underneath your armpit, out to the side, bend your left elbow, and then inhale, lift. Right arm up again. And exhale down. A few more times. Inhale. And next time your hand is above your head, let it stay there. Opening up your chest really deeply. And then take that right hand behind your back, reaching down to your left lower back and twisting your shoulder even higher up, maybe looking up. And let go. Same thing on the other side, but first the dynamic threading the needle. Left arm reaches up directly above your head, shoulders away. And then on your exhale, threading the needle, it's called. Inhale, lifting. And exhale, slow, steady, calm breaths. And I'm using my Ujjayi breath, maybe you can hear that. And the next time your arms is reached above your head, let it stay there for a second or two, and then move it behind you, all the way down. And it's really nice to feel your lower back, just noticing where that is and where you're twisting from. And then opening up your shoulders, moving your left shoulder even further back. And of course, away from the ears, looking up. And letting go. We are gonna go into downward facing dog. Stretch those knees out. Bend one knee, stretch the other. Dynamic pose here. We're going to use the block not only for stretching purposes, but also for strengthening. Right leg lifted up towards the sky and move it towards the front end of your mat. Warrior one. If you have problems with that foot, you can always do your Crescent Lunge foot, it's called. But either, if not, just toe out to the ground. Take your block with you or whatever you have, water bottle. Take it with you. Put it here, either on the long side or the little bit shorter side, whatever works for you. Arm, not elevated, but Horizontal, hips closed. And squeeze that block as if you could squeeze it into a smaller size. I hope you feel that you engage your arms and even your shoulders here behind you. Keep breathing deeply. Letting go, lifting the back heel as we're gonna step it to the front end of our mat. Again, block with you, this time on the long distance, if you can say that, above your head. And again, pull or move your hands together, palms together. And above our head, we will engage our shoulders in a different way. So keep pushing. Small micro bend in your elbows. Soft smile on your face, maybe. And then relax, okay? Just because we can, let's take that block in between our legs and just push it together. Of course, it's not supposed to hurt your knees, so you might put it somewhere where it's okay. Sit down in your chair and squeeze that block. I know I said shoulder focus, and we will be, so keep that block there. And try to take your arms behind you. Either grab hold of your arm like this, or do your prayer pose behind with your pinky finger towards your spine. Just open up your shoulders. And make sure you don't arch your back and make that duck tail. Beautiful. Let go. Take the block away, and this time, right leg moves back. Warrior one, yet again. Get some distance in between your knees. If you're pregnant, more distance. Closing your hip, and again, block on whatever direction makes most sense to you. Push the block flat. And sink low to get your whole body engaged here. Breathe. And take a few more breaths here, making sure the front knee is moving towards the pinky toe. Awesome. Let it go. Put your block here, the top of the mat. Step it back into down dog, and you might move a little bit around. And let's do a little bit of a plank pose. You can do it either on your hands, if you like, or on your elbows. Also, your knees are welcome to be on the mat here, especially if you're new into this or you have injuries or something like that. Engage your core and try to see if you can pull your shoulder blades a little bit further away from each other, just to get that extra engagement. We're going to stretch in 3, 2, and 1. Knees down and use your block. It's called puppy pose, I think. If your shoulders are really tight, you might want to go for the low position with your block. If they're pretty open, the higher. So come a little bit further up on your knees. You're not completely in child's pose with your glutes and stuff. So hands on the block, knees on the ground, and let your chest, your head sink low. Maybe you know that hanging bridge kind of a thing. So picture a hammock. Picture the block and your knees as the place you're supported, and the rest is just kind of hanging there. And this really does get into your armpit and your shoulders. Okay, let go of that one. Move your shoulders. Sit down on the mat, on your block if you like. Hero pose, a simple seated as I am in right now. One of my favorite stretches, right arm above your head, and then you can either take your head directly to the side if your soreness is more here on the top, or you can take your chin a little bit towards your chest, and then you move your stretch a little further back. So take your head in that direction that makes the most sense. Your left arm out on the ground or even behind you. Sit tall. Relax your thighs. And think of how wonderful your body will feel when you're done. Awesome. Move your head back, maybe small poses or movements. Opposite side, no surprises there. Lift it up to the side again. Choose either direct to the side or a little bit further down so you can smell your armpit. And you're also welcome to move your chin a little bit to see if you can find that place where you feel the stretch. Maybe not the hardest, but the most comfortable way. Where you feel like, oh, this is good. This is good for my shoulders. And let go. Oh, move your head. Almost there. Taking your chin all the way in. You sit really long and tall with your spine, like someone's pulling your hair here on the back of your head almost. From there, you have your double cheeks going on there. Take your hands behind your head and move your head down. This is not the most intense stretch for me, but I would guess that some would feel it. Maybe in their neck or maybe all the way down to the lower back. And that is it. Take your hands behind you. One last stretch for chest. Maybe just take your hands behind you. Lift up your shoulders or your chest like you're sitting very proudly, nose up. And if you have time to rest on your mat, a little bit of Shavasana, resting pose, please do so. And take a kind of a timer, not too loud, because the worst thing ever is to get surprised when your body is completely relaxed. It's horrible, I think. So thank you so much for joining. I hope you feel a difference in your neck and your shoulders now. If you don't, do this video a few times and that will make a difference in your shoulders. I can almost promise you. Thank you so much and for subscribing and liking, and you know exactly what to do sharing this channel. Blessings and peace on your path. See you.